Peace to the collective, peace to the soul tribe, peace to everybody out there. Hopefully you are meditating, setting intentions. This is a good time for sex magic and things like that. So hopefully the fellas got their divine feminine, setting intentions, holding down their family, things of that nature. I want to do a quick video because I got some work to do. However, before I get into the work that I have to do, I want to get this off of my chest, or else my work would have been tainted and discolored, you feel me? So I wanted to come through with some pure work today. So in order for my work to be pure, I got to get this off of my chest. Peace, peace, peace. Love and wholeness, peace and prosperity to your collective, to your tribe. Chilling off the word family for a second. So, first things first, Hephaestus is a Greek deity. I'm not going to make this long because I'm going to do the breakdown in many different points. But let me back down a little bit. Let me chill out a little bit. I was going to dive right into it. So yesterday I went and saw a movie after I got off the live with my wife. If y'all have not checked that live me and my wife did yesterday, please go to her channel. That's mama_mystic911. We talked about, did he fuck your brains out last night? And or are you stripping? So it's much deeper than the title suggests. Very profound conversation. I might repost it on my YouTube channel. Matter of fact, I am going to repost it on my YouTube channel because it was that important. However, after the conversation, I went to go see a movie. Now, this was the best movie that I've seen in 2021 only because it was the only movie I saw in 2021. So because of that, the movie was amazing. I went and saw Eternals, and it wasn't like a great movie like that, but they trolled the fuck out of me in that movie. And maybe it's just the way that I look at movies. I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I look at movies, and maybe you go through this too, where I find myself so clearly in the movie, and I can pinpoint my energy, and it helps me understand who I am as a spiritual being. So this is why we're going to break down this. Ashe. It had me looking at myself as a spiritual being having a human experience, and it encapsulated that everything that I talked about on this channel, from Lilith energy, Enoch, Noah, Gilgamesh, Endiku, shadow work, cosmology, Olympus, all of these particular topics that I bring about, where a person might view my channel and be like, well, why is he talking about ancient mythology? Why is he talking about Babylon and things of that nature? Because we were there. And because you have a strong meditative sense, go on my wife's Instagram page, mama_mystic911. We were at these places, right? The fact of it is, it's a part in the movie where it's this wall with all of our memories, right? Millions of memories stored. And she asks the head honcho, why do you save our memories? Right? Because we're eternal. And the spiritual work, the inner world, having conversations, doing shadow work, you can alter your life. You might feel like, damn, I'm paralyzed and penalized for being weak. But have you done inner work and built up inner strength and developed intrinsic value to then create the external world of your dreams. Everybody that I know and fuck with and talk to, they manipulate their reality to best suit them. They don't play games. And that's because they understand what I say and then apply it internally, apply it in their lives, and it pays dividends. I get on this platform every day so you can have the best life possible. That's why I'm here. And this movie, while I'm going to break it down in many different parts, everything that I talk about, these niggas laid it out for me so I could just lay it for you very simply. So, like, I don't play around in the world of coincidences like motherfuckers might play around in. I play in the realm of, if something happens outside of my plan, then it must be synchronicity. The more that you follow your intuition, the more that you allow yourself to develop synchronicity. The more that you go on your regular program and, routines and be on the computer chip where it's straight lines, left turns, right turns, robotic movements, always in your phone. It's a lot of shit that we going to talk about. It's a lieutenant governor who just got voted in that on the day that the movie dropped, they had her character in the fucking movie. A lady from Jamaica. Her name is Sears. Last name Sears. The main character in Eternals, her name is Circe. And it's all about going in the inner world and manipulating your reality. And they asking this lady, what's your vaccination status? She like, I ain't about to tell you that. I had an idea. If somebody asked me for my vaccine card, I just start asking them, do you got Valtrex? Do you got any Xanax? I got high anxiety too. And I got herpes. And then when they look at me confused, I'm going to be like, since we was discussing medical history, I just decided I share. Oh, you doing this because somebody told you to do this? Well, did they read you the HIPAA laws or something to that fact? Or you just doing what you told? When you start to peel back the layers of constitutional rights, ain't none of this right and exact. However, that does not stop you. So I say all of that to say, this lady, Sears, somehow manifested a lieutenant governor position in the Republican Party, not even being a citizen of this fucking country. Hold up. In a country of 400 million eligible lieutenant governors, somebody outside of the country got enough votes and was everybody that voted, because November 3rd, people voted. Everybody that voted was people who were anti this establishment that has been started since January 6th. That means if you thought within yourself that you had a chance to be a governor, lieutenant governor, state senate, city council, niggas would have voted for you. A lot of times people think that they can't manipulate their external world because they don't deal with the inner world. But the inner world creates the outer world. And this whole entire time, motherfuckers been telling you, don't do this, don't do that, don't wear this, don't wear that, don't take it this, don't take it that. And motherfuckers was still doing it. All of that to say, you could get so lost in the external world that you forget who you are. And that was the main premise of the movie. A human being is just a person who forgets their reincarnation story. And it ain't nobody's fault but your own. So Hephaestus is a Greek god, a Greek mythology god of fire, a blacksmith, a craftsman. Hephaestus made weapons, equipment for the gods, mortals, including winged helmets, and Hermes for the armor of Achilles. I'm going to just read this real quick and then get back to the movie and then end this video. Hephaestus' Roman counterpart is Vulcan. As a smithing god, Hephaestus made all the weapons of the gods of Olympus. He served as a blacksmith of gods and was worshipped in the manufacturing or industrial centers of Greece, particularly Athens. Now, I put that to say, well, maybe you didn't see that because I didn't emphasize it, but let me re-emphasize it. Hephaestus is the Roman counterpart of Vulcan. Vulcan is Hephaestus thousands of years in the future in Rome. He's not called Hephaestus no more. He's called Vulcan, but it's the same energy. In Africa, West Africa, they would call the same energy Ogun. Ogun is a blacksmith, but he's a spiritual blacksmith. He creates technologies. He creates different sigils, different engines, different hand formations, different star patterns and things of that nature. He helps the gods understand their world and how to manipulate their world through utilizing his mind. If you watch the character that modeled Hephaestus in the movie, he created by his mind. Okay? I want you guys to understand. You can be so rich if you start using your mind every single day, as opposed to playing bullshit on your phone, as opposed, like, that was the first movie that I watched in 2021 from beginning to end. And it's a lot of people on here that watch movies every single day. You don't have time to, you have so much power that you need to uncover within yourself that you can actually manifest in your mind. So it's a particular part in the movie where the character Phastos is creating an engine. Now, I do working, specifically, one of my spirit guides is John Dodge. Now, the way that reincarnation work, certain aspects of your being are spread apart and manipulated, and like your mom and dad could be your son in a past life. Or you could have 4 sons in this life and then have one daughter in another life, and that one daughter be your 4 sons. Or that one daughter then will be your wife in another lifetime. Or be your business partner in another lifetime. But the energies that you get comfortable with are just different aspects of yourself. This is what they point out in the movie. However, Hephaestus has a son that he cares a lot about. Okay? Hephaestus, Vulcan. Now, what connects Vulcan to me or to anybody who shares this birthday? August 23rd. This is Kobe Bryant. This is Dreamwise. This is my birthday. This is the holiday of Vulcanalia. So if you watch Eternals, the end of the movie, what is the main plot piece? The main plot piece is a volcano. So, okay. So understand, if your birthday is August 23rd, it's very important that you utilize your mind to create your reality, because you're an aspect of Hephaestus. You share that frequency. You share that code. And I got a lot of downloads in reference to this movie. And I know that I got a lot of downloads because I got notes. You can hear paper. This was me at the movie theater yesterday taking notes. So I'm going to be breaking down Icarus, Marduk, Tiamat, Babylon, all of that shit in this movie. It was all there, but more or less, I know that I gotta be a fucking psychic. I gotta be a fucking psychic, because how the fuck am I talking about Babylon? I could be very well talking about LeBron James last night being injured because he had a strained abdominal muscle on his goddamn channel. Like, what's up, Laker Nation? We lost again last night, looking ass boys. It's kind of weird, right? Bringing forth this mythology, talking about these types of places, and then realizing that the same energies. So it's these characters, these Eternals. They was the same energies when they was about mature adults. They was mature adults. And from 5000 BC in Mesopotamia. And the last time I had a live, I was talking about the cradle of civilization, Mesopotamia. You had to watch the video to hear me say it. But I did say that the movie started at the cradle of civilization in Mesopotamia, 5000 BC. And it was energies that looked like us. I talk to motherfuckers that's fucking 25 to 45 and a little wiggle room here, a little wiggle room there. But more or less, you gotta be a mature adult, right? To even understand what I'm talking about. Because if you ain't a mature adult, the inner world ain't appeasing to you. The outer world, your college degree, making your mama proud, all of this bullshit. Because you indoctrinated by your mama and daddy more than you tuned in and tapped into yourself. So, boom, right? No. No, for real. Once we understand that we're mature, we're spiritual beings, we existed in 5000 BC. We existed when they was creating the Bible. We existed in Babylon. We existed in Egypt. We existed in South America. We existed in Brazil. We existed in Africa. We existed in Great Britain. We existed in Iceland. We existed in Poland. We existed in South Africa. We existed in Australia. We existed in all of these places because we are wandering souls, and we were once together as one soul group, and then we spread out because that's natural. Nobody is going to control you as a sovereign soul being. So the conversation of eternal is also, it could be called sovereigns, the sovereigns. And actually finding sovereignty. How do you find sovereignty? By not being a fucking pawn to the matrix. These niggas did inner work in this goddamn movie and said, you know what? I know how you want this shit to go, but I don't want it to go that way. I actually want a bubble eye Benz on 20-inch rims and listen to Pimp C as I ride down fucking Mattapan Avenue with my kids, so forth and so on. I actually don't want to go through a fucking Holocaust genocide this year in this lifetime. Look, I got kids. I got plans. I want to fucking see Brazil, want to do shit. Listen, I know what you was thinking. I know what you was trying to do, but let's not do that. And then the motherfucker said, all right, since you put it like that, imagine you going inner side, dealing with your soul, and your soul saying, I want you to blow up the world. And you contributing to it, working for the government, because they pay good. Working for this, you a teacher, you teaching them, yes, children, you were sent here on slave boats for a check. African museum looking ass boy. What about a cosmological, celestial, eternal museum? You think motherfuckers would be ready for that? You think motherfuckers would be ready for that? So, it's like they put it to whereas it's this great spiritual, this great fucking fight and these demons, but I see it as motherfuckers just clocking in and going to work every day and not doing inner work to the point where you start to alter your inner world. You don't go into your inner world and be like, all right, I'm a piece of shit. I'm bitchy. I stink. Don't nobody like me. And that's the way it goes. And then come back into the external world and continue perpetuate that bullshit. Obviously, when you do inner work, you say, I'm bitchy, I'm cranky, and I want to change this. So let me start to do this work internally, whatever it takes internally, to then start treating the external world or start creating the external world based upon an authentic, sincere relationship that you have within yourself. Most people can't get up and stand up and speak from their voice because they haven't developed that. They can only flex, they can only show off, they can only tell you what they done, but they can't explain this matrix. They can only feed into it and buy into it and give into it. Like, it's spiritual people that really be crunching numbers. I'm going to say that again. It's spiritual people that really be crunching numbers on y'all ass, making sure that you meet their bottom line. So Eternals movie star Brian Tyree Henry is Hephaestus. Now, if the nigga's name was Brian Henry, I wouldn't have said shit. What's Denzel Washington middle name? You understand? Why is his middle name up there? Now, niggas can say Malcolm Jamal Warner, but I think he got a hyphen between his name, if I ain't mistaken. This nigga named Tyree Henry for no reason, y'all. It's a straight up troll situation going down in this situation out here. This the second time I've been trolled. Now, I went to another movie in 2019 by myself. That movie was called Sorry to Bother You. It featured Lakeith Stanfield. And Lakeith Stanfield and Brian Tyree are both co-stars on the science fiction / comedy FX show Atlanta. It's hella coincidences and shit like that, you know, in reference to this type of shit. That's what be really getting me excited, because I got a whole bunch of notes just from watching that movie where I can explain a lot of shit and it make a whole bunch of sense. So I think, like, I sat and watched all of the fucking credits too. A lot of people I just want to thank for fucking putting this movie together, because I'm gonna tell y'all, family, that motherfucker was a fucking headbanger. If you believe that you are a spiritual being having a human experience, it's too many confirmations in this fucking movie, y'all. This nigga named Brian Tyree Henry. And another movie this nigga was in was Godzilla vs. Kong. Do you know what this character was doing in that movie, y'all? Swear on my mama and my kids, this nigga was a podcast host. He was a conspiracy podcast host. Go ahead and watch the movie. Godzilla vs. Kong came out in 2020. His name Paperboy in Atlanta. So, I'm going to tell y'all, I really do got to go to work, and that really did feel good to get that off my chest, because I couldn't have worked and did nobody reading with that shit on my brain. So now that I got that off my heart, off my brain, off my chest, y'all could go back to y'all regularly scheduled program. And if y'all got time, hit up the movie theater. Don't get the bootleg unless you got a big screen TV at the crib. Some of y'all be balling, some of y'all ain't. If y'all not balling, take y'all ass to the movie theater. It's well worth it. I do not like movies. I can't stand movies. But that movie right there, I watched that bitch. That bitch was gangster. But I see y'all on the flip side. Peace.